Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Far Lands or Bust. Woof indeed, Wolfie. Woof indeed. We are breaking out of the previous episode's hidey hole, securing it as we do, and continuing west to the Far Lands as we have been for 439 episodes. That is because it is episode 439. And it is Friday, January 16th, 2015, and I do apologize if this episode is going to be published a little bit later in the day than usual. Got a bit of a late start, and as we know, have some slow rendering issues and whatnot to be dealing with. I want to, if you recall, at the end of the last episode, had a bit of a scare. Had a bit of a scare indeed. Where was that, is where I'm wondering. I was, no, I wasn't this far over, was I? Or was I? Fuzzy was a bear. Was it here? I swear I saw a creeper over here too, but... Here, have a seat, Wolfie. Or not, you know, whatever. Was it here? No, it wasn't here. Maybe it was over here. I just want to look, because it looked like when I fell. For those of you who missed the last episode, what the heck? Keep with your sequential episode watching. But, oh, Wolfie, come over here. But I went to dig the hidey hole, 1 block in, and I fell down a very great distance to a scary, scary dark place. Okay, hold on a minute, hold on. I gotta, like, retrace my steps now. Alright, Wolfie's right there. Don't forget about Wolfie. Could probably pick up some pork while we're at it. Alright, I ran over here in fear. So it must have been over here. That wasn't it, but it was, I'm surprised the grass already grew because I replaced the dirt. I'm not forgetting about Wolfie, so don't worry about that. There's a dead skeleton over there. Ooh, skeleton residue. Was it right? Was it over here? Yeah, I think it was actually further than I'm imagining. It might have been over here. Like right here? Or here? I wish to investigate. No, that wasn't it. Huh. Maybe it wasn't in snow, I think I know that much. You'd think I'd know that much. That was where I just placed... I have the worst memory ever! But yeah, excuse me. I was just getting over talking about how stuff in Minecraft and Far Lands or Bust is unscripted, and we still have these kind of crazy events that happen to us. And I went to a dark and dangerous place. Nearly to my doom. I lost this heart. Maybe it was like really close. Was it over here? No. Of course I pillared up with grass blocks. Huh. Oh, is this it? Wait, this might be it. I should have left the, no, this isn't it. Should have left the torch I had placed. Yeah, I swear it was right around these pots. Whoa, let's not do the same thing, Kurt. But you'd also think that it would be fairly easy to find because of the giant pit of despair and destruction underneath it. Oh, here it is. Oh wait, no, this is where I just filled in a bunch of stuff. Huh. I'm also not hearing spooky noises like we did before. Alright. Well, I guess we'll never know. It was something we saw for a fleeting and frightening few moments. And we will never see again, as is the case in Far Lands or Bust. Nope. Wow, it's actually it makes it all the more mysterious. You know, it was a place that existed only in our minds. But regardless, we're wasting time. It's the middle of the day. Let's continue westward. Right? West? Yep, look at the compass. West to the far lands. We're still raising money for Child's Play charity, and we're up another percent. We're up to 37% of the way to our $50,000 goal for Child's Play charity over at farlandsorbust.com. Sorry, I'm just really confused and concerned as to where I've lost track of this place. Over at farlandsorbust.com, that means we're up to $18,522.09 raised for Child's Play charity thus far. Thank you everybody who keeps contributing to the great cause, getting toys, books, and games to kids in hospitals around the world. There weren't... I've already been over here. Alright, never mind. We're continuing on. Like I said, continuing on to the far lands. So yeah, getting toys, books, games to kids in hospitals around the world. farlandsorbust.com. Keep giving to Child's Play charity. Indeed. Alright, well there was some interesting space news this morning. Space news, that is. SpaceX. SpaceX actually released what limited footage they had of the landing platform at sea that was to serve as the landing platform for that first stage Falcon 9 rocket. And dramatic it indeed is. They released it, Elon Musk released a series of images, and then they released it as a vine. It was very hard to see and very hazy, but there must have been a camera in the corner of one of the corners of the landing pad, and the rocket kind of comes in a little bit off kilter and tries to recorrect for itself, but then slams hard into the side and does a very dramatic sideways barrel, not a barrel roll, almost like a backflip explosion, and all these parts go flying off the side. It's frightening, if I dare say so. If you can actually, if you can put into perspective how big the first stage of the Falcon 9 rocket is, like I said, 14 stories tall, and the fact that this giant thing is somersaulting over the top of this barge, it's kind of crazy stuff. And yeah, like I said, it actually, to me anyway, seems pretty terrifying looking. But all in due time. There were no lives in danger. Obviously, it's an autonomous, unmanned ship. Both the spacecraft and the barge, the landing barge, doesn't have people on board or anything like that. They said there was minimal damage to the landing pad, so they'll try again. And Elon Musk was very, very adamant about, well, it didn't work this time, but next time possibly will. They'll figure things out. The leading cause, they believe, is that there are 4 kind of aerodynamic fins that they added to the top of that stage, and they ran out of hydraulic fluid during the descent, and then went to kind of a default position. And due to that, the rocket engines on the bottom had to try to compensate for the lack of control at the top. Kind of like, ever try to balance a pencil on your finger? Gimbaling back and forth to try to keep the top of the pencil above the bottom of the pencil. And they just couldn't do it, and that's why it came in hard and sideways and tipped over and exploded. But it's pretty crazy footage that they got there. Not, a little bit more dramatic. It's kind of cutesy and funny when it happens in Kerbal Space Program, but not quite so, seeing real, actual footage of that sort of thing happening. So we'll have to see next time. But it's still, like I said, an amazing success that they're even able to say and show video like, oh, okay, the rocket that was just in space that turned around from being launched to come back and land on this little tiny platform at sea made it there, like, with such precision, if not for the kind of loss of control there right at the end. So that's cool stuff. Other space news is that the Beagle 2 Mars lander has been found. Beagle 2 was supposed to land in 2003. It was the European Space Agency's lander. There was landing there was a whole bunch of, a flurry of Martian exploration activity. That's when the Mars exploration rovers landed, the Spirit and Opportunity. And Beagle, unfortunately, didn't succeed. They lost all communication. They didn't get any sort of information about whether or not it landed all right. But after 11 years of searching through images, high-resolution images of the Martian surface from the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, the high-rise images is what they're called, they think, they're pretty sure they found the debris from Beagle 2. And we'll talk briefly about that. I seem to be morphed into my bed. This is a problem. There we go. We'll do that and talk about that and continue on to the far lands in the morning. Whoop, can't get into bed when you're standing on it. There we go. And awakeness. And awakeness indeed. Excuse me. So yeah, they found the Beagle 2, and it looks, from the images, they found what they think is the heat shield, the parachute, and also the lander. It wasn't a rover, it was just a lander. But it looks like, you know, they originally thought, okay, maybe the parachute failed or something, and it smacked into the surface and, you know, obliterated into a million pieces. But it looks like it landed successfully, like soft landed successfully. The only thing they see is that 2 of the 4, it basically opened up like petals. 2 of the 4 petals that had the solar panels on them didn't deploy, meaning it wouldn't have gotten its enough electric charge, meaning it wouldn't have been able to transmit information back, meaning that's why we never heard from it, and it kind of just landed and ran out of battery there. But that's very, very interesting news indeed, and just pretty crazy. It's a pretty small lander too, but it's pretty crazy that even this far on, man, that we can kind of scour over the images of the Martian landscape and be able to say definitively, yeah, this is a spacecraft that landed there, but you know, we never had contact with. So that's pretty cool. Good-ish news, I guess, is that we found it and we kind of know its fate. Obviously, we're probably never going to know why those other solar panel petals never opened. You know, we're obviously not going to be able to go down there and check it out, but interesting space news indeed. Interesting space news indeed. You know what? Let's I know. Let's make another boat here for the future. For the future of the world. What? Another shovel and another pickaxe. Because we are running out of that stuff. Whoops. And throw your sticks on the ground. Pick up sticks. You ever play that as a kid? That game never made any sense, does it? Here, let's make a mess and then pick it up. It's a game! Indeed. So it's Friday and I'm losing my voice. Good lord. And that means it might be kind of Fan Friday. Did that last week. Answered a lot of questions from Twitter. But I have a few questions here from donors to Child's Play Charity. From the anonymous donor. Do you have any idea how many questions on Child's Play Charity are from anonymous donors? Ha! There's 7. 7 anonymous questions. Yours not included because you signed it, the anonymous donor. So it is no longer anonymous. Got you on a technicality there. No, I don't know, but like I've said, it's the default that donations be anonymous through Child's Play Charity, the widget. So if you do ask a question, then do what the anonymous donor does and put a little from, or this question from, or dash KurtJMac, or whatever your name is, your nickname, actual name, YouTube username, whatever you want it to be, so that you can get the little the reference to your question. I am really, hold on, I'm losing my voice. I'm losing my voice, Wolfie. He's like, who are you? That voice does not sound familiar. Yes, exactly. All right, we're back. I even did the whole, maybe that's the problem. I did the whole spoonful of honey thing before I started recording. I was feeling a little bit out of it. I did some recording a little bit earlier, and it's kind of I don't know. I suppose you'd have to be a YouTuber to understand it, but there's sometimes when you do a recording, and after the fact, you're like, I don't know if that was really my best work, and it kind of bums you out for the rest of the day. But oh well, we're going forward with those recordings. You'll see those very soon. And we'll get over that hump and get onwards. Get onwards, I say. That is the theme today. Onwards! Stop poking around looking for places you fell into previously. Ooh, that's like a perfect analogy. Don't look for the dark pits of despair that you feel you failed at in the past. Head up, face west, and move onwards to the far lands. Or some other metaphorical goal in your life. Oh... Put that on a greeting card. Indeed. Let's see here. From Michael. Oh, this is a Patreon. Oh, good lord. Although you should probably learn from the falls you've taken before and keep an eye out for them in the future. Michael asks if a magical genie would appear and tell you it could get rid of your introversion, but it would mean that you would lose your sense of humor, would you do it? No, of course not. I would not do that. My sense of humor is impeccable. And you all should think so too. No, it's not that, but that doesn't seem like a proper exchange. If anything, that's lava. That is lava, if anything. If anything, it's the shyness and or introversion that feeds my quote-unquote sense of humor. I suppose more, if you wanted to actually entice me, you could just say no strings attached. Get rid of your introversion and become an extrovert instead. Even then, probably not, to be honest with you. I mean, it's one of those things, once you're comfortable with yourself or your personality, any sort of significant change like that would mean that I would no longer be KurtJMac. I would no longer be Kurt myself in my real life, regardless of the YouTube thing. So no, I probably would not take that offer. I would not take that offer. That is not something that I would do. I have talked... It's been a while since I've kind of talked about this, but I suppose there's a lot of you who maybe watched earlier episodes, and there was kind of a little bit of a... I had a few moments of revelation, I suppose, in the early episodes of Far Lands or Bust, where I kind of like, normally I'm quite introverted, and I even mentioned how one of the reasons, aside from the fact that it looked fun, and I thought it would be fun, and I enjoy video games and stuff like that, to start doing a YouTube channel and commentary is to try to not overcome introversion, but kind of have a different outlet. A social outlet for my voice was to start doing these YouTube things and to be a little bit more comfortable with my voice. And so I really haven't, not much since then, mentioned too much about being introverted or introversion. I've never cast it as a bad thing. It's simply a preference. Like, I don't like hamburgers, or, anybody has any other sort of preference about how they carry themselves on a day-to-day basis. Some people like being surrounded by large groups of other people, and they get energy from that, and other people get drained from that, and instead recharge and get energy from being alone, or being in smaller groups of people, and are much happier like that. So I haven't talked about that too much. There's like the reason this is coming up now is there's another question from a donor, M4CO. Oh, what was that splashing noises? It was Wolfie. Wolfie was the splashing noises. M4CO, what kind of social contact do you have in real life? They went on to say, I think, that they are working from home or a home office, and they don't get out much, and the only interactions they seem to have are on Facebook and things. Yeah, it's the whole self-employed, working from home thing certainly reduces your ability to meet or interact with people. I suppose the vast majority of people who have, you make friends with are through work or office, you meet people in the office and hang out with them or do whatever. So I don't have that many like face-to-face social interactions on a day-to-day basis. But then again, as someone who claims to be moderately introverted, I don't really require those for my social health, I guess is a word you could call it. I mean, I suppose I talk to people on the phone. I'm getting a little bit better at that, especially since moving away from family. I'm definitely talking to my family, my dad and mom and people on the phone, just checking up. Although it's been a while, actually. I should probably get around to that. Thanks for reminding me, everybody. It's been a while, but you know, more frequent, almost near weekly. It's been a couple weeks, is why I say that. Near weekly updates as to how's it going with the new place and things, this, that, and the other, and what's it like, and blah blah blah. So that I think might be kind of a positive of moving away, is that in a strange roundabout way, even though you're further away distance-wise, you end up getting closer to your family just by keeping in touch. By kind of it becomes a necessity instead of, oh, they just live down the street, I don't need to keep in touch with them too much. So there's a little bit of that. I suppose the majority of my quote-unquote social interaction comes through the YouTubes, both like literally through doing co-ops and things with the other YouTubers or the Mindcrack group, or there's zombie spawning. Let's make the elevated hidey hole. Hoity hole? I said that like an Irishman. Let's make the elevated hoity hole. Have a pint of Guinness. All right, let's do that. Oh yeah, we're gonna need to sleep really quickly here. And that, and continue in the morning. And awakeness. Awakeness indeedness. Do we need wool? Yeah, we could always use some more wool. So yeah, the majority of it comes through that. I suppose one of the areas where I am kind of forcing it upon myself a little bit more is in doing things like very, very soon, actually next week, a week from today, going to PAX South in Texas, and a bunch of the Mindcrack crew are going there too, and hanging out with them and other people. So I suppose that, I don't know, I can't say I'm forcing myself to do that, but it is kind of a part of, well, you don't get out much and hang out with other human beings in real life in person that often outside of your home. So maybe this would be a healthy thing to do, and we'll do that. You know, people who's all going to that? Pause, Good, Co, Sevidus. Ooh, it's like a heart or something. It's a weird heart. I would have to stand. Nope, can't make it a heart. Can't make it a heart, everybody. Sorry. It was not meant to be. Oh, wow. This place is a place. Watch where you're stepping, Kurt. Alright. Wow, that's neat. Neat! Oh, that place over there was neat too, but I didn't take a picture. But let's take a picture of this. This is just kind of crazy that it's a natural... It's always nice when something like that happens, because that actually seems then physically possible. Hi, you want to be in a picture? As opposed to, you know, just floating islands. Magically floating for some reason. Oh, I can't even... There we go, there we go. Get some pigs. Off camera. Alright, got that. Let's grab Wolfie. Yeah, like that's obviously not physically possible, but this looks like this is being supported by the natural pillar formed by the winds of time. Wind? Would wind do that? Yeah, I think wind can do that. Sorry. So yeah, Good, Pause, Sevidus, Co is going. I think Beef is still planning on going, and a few other people I'm neglecting to remember off the top of my head, actually. Sorry, but yeah, we're doing the panel. Oh, Aurelian, obviously. She's a lot of involvement with Twitch during these conventions. But yeah, that's why Woo! Good lord. Watch where you're walking, man. So yeah, maybe that's a part of it. So yeah, not a great amount, but I do feel my current quota of social interaction in person or in internet is sufficing. Sufficing indeed. Let's see here. Peter and Kat from England, I'm sorry, they're in England. Who knows where they're from? Are asking, do you enjoy doing puzzles? Puzzles such as crosswords, Sudoku, one of those, or nanograms? Well, being as how I don't know what that last one is, I'm going to have to admit that not really so much. I enjoy from time to time a rousing game of Scrabble. Is that considered it's kind of a puzzle game, but it's more of a board game, I suppose. But no, I've never been much into the puzzles. I can do those magic eye things really good, but you really can't prove that to somebody else now, can you? I see it really well. But no, I've always had a knack for, I don't even need to do any tricks. I just like look at it and you kind of just ever so slightly cross your eyes and you can get the picture of the 3D sailboat or whatever. Speaking of boats, let's hop in one. Oh. But yeah, no, I've never been into the puzzles, crosswords, or the word search, or those things where you fill in the words and then you get the little bubbles, and then you have to create and arrange a word that the things in the newspaper. They just never appealed to me. Crosswords, puzzles are like actual puzzles, even though puzzles, meh. They're all right. I don't know. I just never. I'm very bland when it comes to those sorts of things. I suppose. Like I'm not into board games or tabletop games, as they're more popularly known these days. So, yeah. Sorry. I just got Angry Birds Space. It was free on Amazon for my tablet the other day. That's about as close as a puzzle as I'm gonna get. No, I mean I also got Tetris, but it stopped working. It wouldn't recognize my inputs. So I very quickly uninstalled Tetris from the old tablet. Yeah, I don't even play any like mobile games or puzzles or Candy Crushes or Bejeweled or whatever other game is being ripped off and named something else right now. So yeah, no, I'm a very boring individual. I just play Minecraft and walk in a single direction for many, many years. Many, many, many years. Gosh, I believe I'm still doing this. What's wrong with me? I'm gonna take apart my brain and find something I'm missing. Something missing. What do I need? I need boats. Let's do that. Hey, Wolfie. Hip, hip, hop, hey, ho. Let's see here. Happy Flavor. I think that was like your entire name. Happy Flavor with a U, Flavor, perhaps also from England, like Peter and Kat. Whatever happened to the snarky yellow text? I've mentioned this multiple times in the recent past. It was kind of, I started doing it like around episode 40-ish or something like that, where I would put little overlay text and it was yellow and I just named it snarky yellow text. It would like talk back to me in my commentary and make jokes or whatever. I feel like it was when I was doing editing, I would be making the jokes that I like forget to make during recording, or say I make a mistake or do something stupid, it would comment on me making that mistake or doing something stupid. Whee! Ow! How did that give me... Oh, I can't get out. I can't get out of the boat. Oh, there we go. Woo! That would have been a way to end the series. Your player is stuck in a boat forever now. Stuck in a boat forever. So yeah, I've always felt like that early on was kind of a crutch I used to make the jokes in this series that I didn't make at the time. So, I mean, like now I'm just noticing I'm starting to make those jokes in the actual commentary. Like that right there. If I fell off the boat, perhaps early on in Far Lands or Bust, I wouldn't have said, "Oh, this is how the series ends. Sit in a boat." That could have very easily been something that the snarky yellow text, "Careful of A," could have said. You know, like, "This is how the series ends," or whatever. Or when I mess up or I mispronounce a word, I'll call myself out on that as opposed to the snarky yellow text. So it's kind of a necessity. It was a necessity, perhaps, back in the day when I was still stretching and learning about my commentary legs, I suppose you could call them. Also, it does. I mean, perhaps, you know, you can call this lazy YouTuber or something like that. It does take a significant extra amount of time to go back, rewatch the episode while I'm editing it, minute for minute, and then go back and say, okay, here's a place where I can put in a joke and type, and make sure it's, you know, the comedic timing is right, to make sure it doesn't come too soon or too late, or doesn't spend too long of a time on the screen. And doing that throughout an entire episode really adds to the production time, which is why, you know, even now I'm recording this later than I want to, and that means the episode with all the 1080p rendering and stuff and uploading is gonna take even longer to get up there. So I don't know. Maybe I can't say for sure, but maybe when I do get that secondary rendering computer and renders happen a lot faster, maybe I'll find, oh, I've got a little bit extra time that I can actually take to do some extra fancy stuff, such as snarky yellow text or something else with each episode, because you know, I've suddenly got 2 extra hours of time that I would have normally been taking just sitting there waiting for the thing to render. So maybe, I don't know, but it's gonna be a little bit longer before the rendering computer comes into play. Still kind of recovering from the holiday spendage and the move spendage. Trying to get back in the black here. Back in black. Isn't that song? That's how that goes. I'm not, like, really making myself out to be stupid and not knowledgeable about classic rock tunes. But, ooh, an arch. Oh, that's a fall, too. Wolfie knows about falls. He knows all about falls. Oh, maybe we can let's make our hidey hole under the arch. Wolfie, don't go over the arch. Come down here. Just teleport or something. Ah, of course, you took that one bit of damage right before you teleported. Good job. Keep up the good work. Boop. All right, and you have a seat and have a bone while you're at it. Good job. Let's dig down here. And hopefully we don't end up in a endless chasm of doom and gloom. Doom and gloom. Here, and looks like we're safe. So yeah, those were quite a few questions we went through here for this episode of Far Lands or Bust, episode 439. And like I said, it's Friday, so that means we have to wait till Monday for the next episode. I don't know, maybe I'll have to start recording these a day ahead of time. I don't feel like... I mean, obviously, if I did that here, then I wouldn't have had the news about the Falcon 9 footage or the Beagle 2 stuff. But, I mean, is that... I don't know if that... You know, that's just kind of an interest of mine that I've added to the series, the space news and stuff. So maybe, perhaps, I don't know, timely news items are not really what Far Lands or Bust is really about. So we'll see. We'll see. We're concentrated. We've got priorities up the wazoo here. So let's do one thing at a time, and perhaps wait. Yeah, let's really quickly. Maybe I should replenish some of my iron here. Hold on. Put this back down. I know how to play the game Minecraft. All right, there we go. And we're gonna have be nice, warm, and toasty here. Oh no! Oh, shift click doesn't work in this version of the game. Nice, warm, and toasty. We've got central heating in this hidey hole to end off episode 439. And I do appreciate everybody watching, subscribing. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with the journey. It's going to be a long one. I'm not going anywhere. Are you? I certainly hope not. Wolfie's not going anywhere. He's like, come on, go to sleep. End the episode already. It's getting dark out here. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Everybody have a good weekend. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time. Put that on a greeting card.